After weeks of threats, explosions across Iran. Israel striking what it says were dozens of Iranian military and nuclear sites, as well as key officials and scientists. In Jerusalem, air raid sirens sounded, a state of emergency declared as Israel braced for retaliation.
We anticipate widespread alerts. It's crucial that you take shelter.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says this operation, Rising Lion, was preemptive and necessary.
In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival.
Israel says the strikes hit facilities linked to uranium enrichment, weaponization and ballistic missiles. It also suggested the operation had backing from Washington, an idea quickly dismissed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who said Israel took unilateral action and Iran should not target US interests or personnel. Just hours earlier, President Donald Trump had been asked about the partial withdrawal of US personnel from embassies in the region.
Mr. President, how imminent is an Israeli strike on Iran?
Well, I don't want to say imminent, but it looks like it's something that could very well happen.
But the White House had been warning against escalation, and negotiations with Iran over a nuclear deal were set to continue this weekend. Daybreak in Iran revealed destruction in residential areas.
This building where we live blew up. I don't know if they hit it with a missile or what.
Iranian state media reported 2 senior nuclear scientists had been killed, as well as the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and the armed forces. Smoke rose over the Natanz uranium enrichment facility, the IAEA saying it had contacted Iranian authorities about radiation levels. Iran's supreme leader has promised severe punishment, saying Iran is left with no choice but to respond. Iran has launched 100 drones, explosive drones, towards Israel. And normally in the past, those waves of drones have been timed to coincide with the launch of ballistic missiles. But so far, there have been a number of interceptions. The Jordanian Air Force has reportedly intercepted drones over its airspace, and Israeli reporting says that Israeli jets have been intercepting the drones over Syrian and Saudi Arabian airspace. The local media here is saying not all of the drones have been intercepted, but the Israeli military is saying the situation is under control and people have been told they don't have to remain near shelters at this time. But this is just the first thing that Iran has done. It has many other options. The question is, to what extent has Iran's ballistic missile capability been affected by these strikes? Israel says it has struck ballistic missile launches as well as other facilities, and it's also taken out the most senior members of Iran's military command, including the head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps and the Chief of Staff of the Iranian Armed Forces. But Iran's other options could include the use of its proxy groups, the ones that it supports, such as the Houthis in Yemen, the Shia militias in Iraq, and Hezbollah in Yemen, in Lebanon. They still have some missile launch capabilities. All of those have been diminished somewhat by Israeli strikes in recent months, but they could still cause damage, and Iran could do that in coordination with its own missile capabilities. So Iran still has options. The question is when and how it will use them.